What's up, guys? It's me, Hacks. Back at it again with another game update. This one's a little smaller than I'd like. I just got back home from school like yesterday. Well, 2 days ago actually, but I had work anyway. So yeah, I'm still kind of. I just got settled in basically at home, and I had to do some shopping too. Uh, so yeah, I'm just getting back. I figure I might as well do this so it's on time. And I also have a collab to do. So yeah, I want to get this out of the way, basically. I have some stuff that's new, but not too much. I was gonna do more, but life. So yeah. So I guess the first thing that's new, you might notice this video is in higher quality. That's because I got a 4K monitor. My old one was 1080p, so now all the videos will be in 4K, like my game, which is pretty cool, right? um, so yeah, that was part of the reason why I was driving around today because my first one I bought was defective. It had some dead pixels, so I had to go back and exchange it. But it's like an hour away, the store I bought it from, so that was not fun. But I'm home now, so that's great. Um, yeah, I have the party screen open because I was going to add another screen. Not the party screen, the help screen. I was gonna add something for the party screen in here, but I don't have time right now. I want to do that collab, so. Anyway, so yeah, I can show you, and I accidentally edited that, so it's asking me to save it. Okay, so yeah, the first thing is that I properly calibrated the game to show up the correct resolution. So this is it at 720p. This is probably how it's gonna look on your Switch, on your Steam Deck. If you have a very old monitor, like 2% of people have 720p monitors. So this is the size. The text is all legible. I didn't realize how loud this sound effect was because I was using speakers and not headphones, and now I can tell it's really, really loud. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna make that quieter. But I did change the sound effect by default to 80 instead of 100. So I'm probably gonna turn it down anyway. It's like 60, so you can hear me. I looked at the last one; it was like you could barely hear me because of the music. So, this is another thing I was doing. So I'm gonna make it so that you can have categories. So like general controls UI, and you click on each one, and it'll be like a widget switcher. I just started adding the buttons. I was gonna add the functionality, you know, but priorities. So you can pretty much see what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so right, right, 4K. I'm all over the place if you can tell. So that's 1080, and then 2K, and then 4K is here. Another thing, I got the full screen to work, so I hope this doesn't. I'm using a new whatever. So here we go. The game in 4K, full screen, pretty sick. All right, I think it's pretty cool. Oh yeah, right. I was dicking around with the gallery, and now it looks like this. I'm gonna have a folder. It's not gonna be this one, obviously, because this one's for the profile. But I was working on this at school. Well, technically at work, at school. But I didn't have my tablet essentially, so I just used what I had on me, which was the profile background. So yeah, I also changed the orientation, so they're a little more rectangular now. Um, I don't know if I like it or not. You know, I'm thinking about it. Like it looks pretty nice, red and rectangular, but I'm kind of partial to squares. But anyway, I'm gonna add like a frame around each one, so like a photo frame essentially. So it's gonna look pretty cool. Uh, so it'll be like a gallery, and it is a gallery. Okay. Oh yes, right. I added credits. Well, this screen. Anyway. Okay. Not much new there, but it works now essentially. Okay. Um. Right. And difficulty screen. You've seen that already last time. Um. Yeah, I'm dicking around with the music. I changed it to the first song I ever made. Okay, so the first thing you'll see is like, let me turn it down 'cause it's like, yeah, I turned it down before, and now it's like back at 100. So I gotta something with save states. You know, I haven't even gotten saving and loading to work. Well, anyway, okay, I'm all over the place. Okay, so main thing I was working on this week, in which I wanted to finish for this update, which I didn't really get to finish, but I got started, was the HUD, so the heads-up display. Basically, that's what you see on the screen when you're walking around all the time, right? So you got the map in the top right, top left-hand corner. See, this is why I flip limbs, because I can't even get my lefts and rights. So yeah, okay. So top left-hand corner, you have the map. Okay, so AW, that's altered world or alternate world. I'm still coming up with a name for that. It's one of the last places you go to. That's not a spoiler, I don't think. But yeah, so it'll have like the place where you are, and then it'll have, you know, a map which moves around as you walk around like this. Okay. Bottom left-hand corner, you have the priestess bar or the mage bar. So basically, when you're walking around the overworld, right, and you see like a monster, or you know, I'll go up here so you can. Okay, pretend I'm Ethan, and I have a staff, and this dude is an enemy, right? So I'd basically, you know, I'd want to hit him, so I just, you know, click a bunch of times to like shoot, you know, fireballs at him or something, and that would make the bar go down every time. It's basically a mana bar, right? But it's only for the overworld. So like you can attack enemies in the overworld. So like if you have Ethan, you know, you would use magic, and it would go down and deplete as you used it, and then it would go back up once you stop shooting. It's gonna be separate from the mana that you use in battle, because that would be really stupid if it was the same one. You would never use Ethan or Alice in the overworld, right? Because they would just kill your mana, and you're like, well, now I gotta use an item to put it back. Okay, this is just whatever. You know, I'm super into JRPGs. This is probably boring you, but whatever. Okay, so top right-hand corner, you can see the money. It goes up to 1 billion pence, so I don't think you're ever gonna accrue 1 billion pence unless you use hacks. And I mean, hey, I'm all for using hacks. You know, I've hacked like pretty much all my games. That's where my name comes from. But you know, up to 1 billion. So, and on the right hand on the side, you have the party quick stats. So, you know, you got like the health, the mana, and the overdrive. All the percentages for that, I'm gonna put numbers so you can tell, you know, exactly how much each person has. And you can also see status effects. So I've put all the ones that are permanent. So like for Joe, you have poison, Dan, you have wound, Rowan, you have burn, Alice, you have stun. So those will persist after battle. So if, you know, if someone's stunned, you can see it on the heads-up display, right? And then finally on the bottom right, you just have a little thing that says pause menu, so Q for that, you know. Need to interact, which does not work yet, of course. But it will work by the time this break is over. So, you know, stay tuned for that. Okay. And another thing, I also added the, for the, this, right? Okay, so I changed this a little bit, so now you can see I categorized it. So what'll stay after battle, you know, poison, stun, burn, and wound, and does not, you know, so sleep, enraptured, freeze, seal, and confusion. I'm thinking about, I mean, would you be frozen after? Nah. That'd be annoying. Well, I mean, it's that way in Pokemon, though. So maybe. I think I'll make a poll about that, you know, whether that should persist or not. Yeah. Party. Okay, so this is gonna change, like, very, very soon. I made a mock-up, like, actually, you know, I can actually show you. Let me make that windowed. You didn't see that. Let's see. There we go. If this will open. Okay, so this is a very crappy placeholder thing I made. So let me... Okay, so this is how it looks now. So basically I got a new idea for the party screen. So you're gonna have the leader here, which is like, for example, the person you're using the overworld. So by default, of course, it's Joe, right? Because he's, you know, the main character, essentially. Well, Dan's the main character too, but well, you get the point. Anyway, it's from his point of view. So, yeah, so you can swap them out. And so whoever's here will be the person walking around here. So if I, put Alice here, she would be the one out here, and this would be, when you're in the overworld, it would be this, the mana bar. And you can have 4 people in battle at a time, but you can also have 6 people not in battle. So if you want, you can have 1 person in battle, 2 or 3 or 4, but you have to have at least 1, of course, because duh, right? And also you have to have someone in the leader spot because you can't walk around just like nothing, right? That'd be silly. Um, okay, so that's that explained. Put it back into full screen for you. Okay. What else? What else? Oh, right. Saving, right. So, still doesn't work. I mean, like if you click here, it's not going to save your game, but I've got all the graphic stuff. So, like, save. It's like, hey, you want to save? It's like, yeah, yeah. It makes a nice little noise now. It's like, yeah, you save your game. No. It's simple. It works, Okay. So I did that. Okay. Yeah, I moved the almanac to the middle. This is temporary. I'm gonna put like an actual background here. I'm gonna draw it. But yeah, it looks much better in the middle, right? I might put stuff here and here, like in Tokyo Mirage. Oh yeah, and another thing, these I'm gonna add it in the settings where you can turn each one off. So like, if you want this off, or that off, you can customize it. Yeah? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so, yeah, that was just my mom saying dinner's ready. Okay, so, characters, right? Okay, so this looks exactly the same. I just added Joe here, so, you can see how it's gonna look like for class change. It's gonna look pretty much the same. Oh, I might add a star here. That might be cool. Like add a star to the icon if you clash. Okay, that's dope. I'm gonna add that. But right. So this is how I get like super distracted when I'm working on game stuff. I'm like doing one thing and then I get an idea and then I instantly go and work on it. So I'm all over the place basically. So the chemistry bar, I changed this a little too. So now when it goes up and down, it'll change with the percentage. So you go past 25, goes to that, past 50, goes to that, 75, and then 100, it's this one. And if you go under 0, you get this one, which is enemies. I wonder who that could be. I wonder who. Okay. So that's that, pretty much. I'm gonna add an animation when you walk near here, so that'll like float up instead of just disappearing like that. Not disappearing, but appearing. Like you see how it just comes out of nowhere. It's gonna like float up and look really nice. I'm gonna add an animation for that. Okay, so just right, another thing. You're probably getting whiplash from all the full screen and out of full screen stuff. I added a quit button. So now you quit. And it'll take you back to the title screen. I think I'm going to have this as the default background here because I really like it. Oh. Yes. Okay. But yeah, but after you like save, like say in the Nemeth Forest or something, it'll change to that. So it won't be this book background anymore. Yeah. Okay, let's go back. Let's quit. Okay. So, what else? All right, the ammo thing. So, I showed you this, and I said it was going to be like, the mage bar. So I'm gonna have like, of course, for Joe, he's got a pistol. So it's gonna be bullets here, and I actually have a pretty good thing here. So, when you're making a game or anything really, you got to use reference. I don't use reference for my art, and that's why everything is trash. I only use myself for reference, which is why everything gets flipped, because I look at my hand and I forget to flip it, and then it's backwards. So you hate to see it. I don't like using reference photos. I like drawing what I can see in 3 dimensions. Okay, so I've got this good UI reference here of this Lupin arcade game. Okay, it's gonna look like this. So you see how all the bullets are stacked up? It's gonna be there. And of course, we got Dan, so he has 2 revolvers, right? So each one is gonna be like a revolver, like it is here for Jigen. So I've got the placeholders for that. I just started it, so I don't have the. Oh, and this is for Rowan, so you're gonna have arrows, or like an arrow and a quiver. It's gonna just say how many you have. So it's different for each one. And of course, Gavin and Suzanne don't have one because they don't have any ranged attacks. Well, their weapons aren't ranged. They have ranged attacks, but their weapons aren't ranged. Okay. And this works. So, like, say, if you had, I don't know, 10 pence, boom. And it doesn't, no matter how much it is, this will stay in the same spot, and this will just move to the left, which is good practice, I guess. Uh, and how did I get all these to do that? Well, you just have one main widget, and you add all the other ones into it, which is how they're toggleable, essentially. So, uh, yeah, so this is like the HUD right now. So, basically, the way the settings would work is you'd have like a checkbox or a boolean for this, so it'd like on or off. So if it's off, boom, it's off. So some people don't want uh, the map, or actually I don't know if I'll make the ammo toggleable, but money, you don't want to see your money, or you don't want to see the party screen. Some people, give them the the ability to customize it. Yeah, I think that's everything. But I can also show you the stuff I was trying to do. So this is my code list. You've seen it before. I've showed it to you before. Okay. So this is some crap that I was gonna do. Okay. Um, I didn't get to do it because I'm pretty busy. But yeah. Oh yeah. This is a placeholder, so it's gonna look much nicer than that. But yeah. So I'm working on it. I also worked on the side stories. I finished Ethan and Suzanne's side story, like the whole entire thing. I mean, I had it pretty much done, but I went back and edited it. And I'm like almost done with Joe and Dan's side stories, which are they've been in my head for ages. You just gotta write them down. So that's what I've been doing too, writing. Uh, yeah. Um. Uh. So yeah, the next thing I'm gonna do is this collab. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It'll be out probably by tomorrow. It's a mecha, so might be tomorrow, might be the next day. It takes me a bit of time to render mechs, but it'll look really great. So I hope you like it, and yeah, stay tuned for that. Okay, bye.